Good morning. My name is Kurtis Bauer, and I wanted to share with you why I joined FUAN. I have four sons and two stepsons, and to me, shared parenting is a very important thing. I believe that shared parenting should be the standard by which the court uses to start from. If you notice that there are Supreme Court cases, there's sole custody, all require the clear and convincing evidence to award sole custody or terminate parental rights as part of what the requirement is. I think the same standard should apply to shared parenting, because if you're going to remove kids from the lives of a parent and restrict their access to seeing them, I think it should be by a clear and convincing evidence. Civil protective orders is another one. It's only by a preponderance of the evidence, so it only has to appear likely that it was probable to have occurred. While it requires evidence, it requires a small amount of evidence. Sometimes they're able to use testimony based on what the other party admitted to. So it can be very, very hard to determine clearly what the intent of the other party is during an interaction that whatever the plaintiff or the petitioner was alleging. A lot of times it's used to weaponize child custody or divorces, with being able to use that domestic abuse provision in 598.41. Another thing I'm very passionate about is access to legal services and resources for low-income individuals. Low-income individuals could be a wide range of incomes, because depending on how many kids you have and how much you make and how much debt you have, not everyone, someone might be making $80,000 a year, but they have 3 kids, student loans, paying tons in child support. And, they might be going through a hard time in the civil legal process that affects their rights as a parent. And I believe strongly in legal representation and legal services pursuant to defending someone's best interests. Veterans law issues. I'm a veteran. I served 14 years in the military before I was given a medical discharge, or a medical retirement, I should say. And then bankruptcy of student loans. I don't believe that the federal government should be insuring or guaranteeing student loans. It offers the banks and lending or the lending parties to basically take on zero risk, when the federal government is basically saying, hey, we'll pay for your student loan if you don't pay for it. That's not right. Make the bankers and the lenders do it. It kind of puts the capitalism market back where it belongs. So, of all those issues, I would say that the civil protective order abuse issue, where the standards of evidence and proving that something occurred, is probably one of my top priorities, along with access to legal services for individuals who cannot afford legal services. The average attorney charges around $250 per hour. When you're talking divorce that's contested nowadays because it's not shared parenting, you're talking upwards of $15,000 to $20,000 in legal fees for just one party, and there are 2 parties to a divorce. So that's my spiel. Thank you for listening and tuning in. I hope the rest of you have a great day. Goodbye.